Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. This is what my backyard looks like at present time. Before I became a succulent addict, my backyard looks like this. This was March of 2014. This is the first video of a series of videos before I discovered succulents. Please come and join me as I take you back to the beginning of my succulent addiction. The Master Blaster busy working on a hard banker. Can you call it a machine?
It's not a machine, but it's a device.
Okay.
Gold-getting device.
Okay.
Is that hard banker?
And my backyard is a mess because of his building his machine. I only have a small patch of garden here, and as you can see, it's all building materials and stuff, but we're still working on our house. I got a stevia growing on the side of the fence, and I have had it growing in a pot for a while, for a couple of years, because I wasn't sure if it's going to grow here where we get frost in winter, and I thought they're going to die. And as you can see, it's been growing in a pot out in the open. So now I transplanted it and put it in the ground, and it's looking pretty healthy. And I think this is a good spot as well because it's against the fence. That way it can be a bit protected from the frost. But of course, during winter, the leaves will all die off, and come springtime, new shoots will come out again. I only put sea salt on my plants as fertilizer. A couple of lettuce growing on this part here, and also some chives. So I only got a small area here. I just love the taste of French sorrel. It tastes like Granny Smith apple, the leaves, so ideal for salad. Chives. This is a different variety because I use the stems for stir fries. The things you do for love. Look at this.
Lovely, I love it. It's really nice.
Yeah, I know. It's starting to rain, and look at him. He's still out here, and all the tools gonna get wet, and power cords, and this is actually hazardous.
We have Prospecting Australia members who need their sluice boxes. It's like the mail, they must go through. Did you hear that, Cobb and Co? The mail must go through.
Look at him. Nice chili plant. I already harvested some of the chilies. I got Pedro's grass seeds growing here in the pot as well. So I just sprouted them out in a container. And see, look at that now. Got some nice seeds. I've got this fig tree growing on a pot. So this was a cutting. Look at the fruit, they're quite big. Look, nice figs. So I'm trying to bonsai that. That's why I put it in the pot. Because if I put that in the ground, it will just go crazy and grow really, really big. And here I've got some triple curl parsley and a couple of, in between here, I've got some celery that's growing on the side there. Lovage or lovage, I don't know how you call them, but lovage. These smell like celery as well, or in the Philippines it's similar to the smell of kinchay. But that is just so good for cooking. I use that a lot. And my little bamboo garden, and also my lawn needs to be mowed as well. Lemongrass here that died because of the frost or during winter, but normally when it warms up they come back again. So right now I can't see any shoots, but hopefully they'll come back because they always do. These are horseradish. They're starting to come up. This is my backyard garden. It's a little bit messy right now, but a lot of these plants has still to go into the ground permanently somewhere. Got my gladioli or gladiola growing. I got a loquat tree, cotyledon in the corner there. It still has to go into the front yard. I got basil growing in a pot. Got a tiny little pepper with cute little fruit, a nice orange fruit. couple of hanging baskets, but those ones are gonna go into the front yard still. I got an olive tree with a Succulent. I got some Asiatic lilies in a pot that has to go into the front yard, and I've got a camellia at the back, full camellia, a calamondine tree, or it's like a calamansi. We actually call it calamansi in the Philippines. And this little Christmas flower, there's only one whole heap of plants in here. So I've got geranium, I've got another, I think that's a spearmint geranium, and then another gladioli in a pot. There's turmeric in that red pot there, or turmeric, I don't know how you say it. But then this one is a maruya. It's a maruya plant or tree. I'm trying to harden it because it's not, apparently it's not frost tolerant. So I've got a chrysanthemum that's sort of struggling in a pot there, and this rose as well is growing from a cutting, so that's come from there. So I just put it in there after growing it in water. This is tarragon. Is it tarragon? No, I'm wrong, it's marjoram. That one is ginger. We've got some ginger growing, and look at my figs. They're getting bigger. So if I put my hand there, you can see the fruit for a small tree, and of course a nice bamboo which has to go eventually. And I got a yucca in the corner, but that's a cutting from this big yucca here. So that's cutting number 5 I've taken from that big yucca. And I've got some finger lime as well growing there healthily in the corner there. So I don't know how it's going to survive the frost, but that's why I put it there. Other bits and pieces, lots and lots of plants. And I'm growing my succulents in an old wooden sieve that's going to get thrown away. So I decided to use it as my growing medium. Again in here, my little garden, little corner. And this is still messy, but I've got cuttings everywhere that I'm growing. That's actually loquat. Every now and then they would have leaves popping out, and I'll forget to water it, and then so it'll dry off and fall off, so as you can see. But then this one here I did not grow. I bought it. And after I bought it, I played around with the seeds to see if it's going to grow, and it did. I've got a couple of bigger plants at the front that's supposed to go into the ground, but I just kept forgetting to put in the ground. So this one I just started about a week ago, and it's looking healthy. My little sedum. And also this is kalanchoe. What do you call that one? Yeah, angel lamp. So apparently they like sun, so I put it there. This one is not doing very well. My coleus and petunia, and also my busy lizzie is not very busy. I think it's got something to do with the soil. I found out that the potting mix that I got is really bad. It's supposed to be cactus mix, but doesn't have enough aeration in it, and it's just getting bogged, and my plants are not growing. So again, this gladiola, that's just beautiful. And I just stuck them there because they were given to me. I didn't want to plant any gladiolas, but my auntie gave me a whole box full of gladiola bulbs. I think you call them corms. I don't know how you call them, but anyway, to me they're just bulbs. So I got nowhere really to plant them, so I just stuck them everywhere. And even in the center there, the center, I think it's not doing very well because it's taking moisture away from my plum tree, and my plum tree's looking very sickly. So if you see that, so anyway, so it's finished flowering now anyway, the gladiola, but as you can see, it's not getting enough water. So I'm gonna have to pull that out soon. It's all a work in progress, and the most spectacular, by the way, is this kind of lily. Look at that. Look how tall that is. See? Okay, that's my height. So it's, if I stand next to it, I don't know if you can see in the window. There you go. Hello, I'm waving. There you go. And you can see the orange flower over here. It is much taller than I am. I think that one is like, I think 6.5 foot. But anyway, this is 1.5 years, and look how healthy that is. It's a variegated canna lily. And so winter, or come winter, I'm gonna have to dig it out and store it, and of course separate it and plant some in the front yard next year. I love this begonia. It's called Dragon's Wings, and it's the only begonia I know that can tolerate sun. So I've started doing some cuttings, and I'm going to have to do some more cuttings, a lot more cuttings, because they have to go into my front yard. This area here is my succulent wall. Succulents basically is my new addiction, and this area is supposed to be a barbecue area. I got some more aloe that has to go get planted in a pot somewhere, but anyway, these ones are all bits and pieces that I just started to do my succulent gardening. There's a few begonias in there that I've just fallen in love with, but they're gonna die down during winter, but it doesn't matter, they'll come back up again in springtime. So I've got kalanchoes and I got epiphyllums, you know, I have 2 epiphyllums. So this is ripsalis and that one is epiphyllum. I don't know what type, it was just given to me. Another kalanchoe and some more verbena. Okay, I am rattling off a lot of these plants, but anyway, this one is salvia and that one is French lavender. I got kalanchoe in the bottom there. I got ionium, and of course another the kalanchoe. You've seen that one, and then my little cuckoo bird. Hello, and this is bay leaf. Planted around it is strawberry, of course. So there's a couple of fruit there, or one that's going red. But anyway, now that one is clivia, and then that one is cactus, and that one is royo. This one is another type of sedum, and again I got my camellia, my rhododendrons and ioniums, lots and lots and lots of plants. And this one is a perennial petunia, and this is the first flower for this year, for this season. I kept forgetting to water it and it keeps dying on me, and then it keeps coming back, and I already had that for about 4 years now, I think. So now I've decided I'm gonna put it in a permanent place or permanent spot. That way, even if I forget to water it, the Mother Nature can look after it for me and water it for me. So anyway, there's more plants here, galore, plants galore. This one is a sweet potato. I eat the leaves or the tops, put it in salad, and also just blanch it. It's really, really, well, I love it anyway. It's really healthy, good for you. And then this one is thyme. That's looking very sickly, but then I need to put that into permanent spot as well. Now in here I've got this magic bean tree that's supposed to grow indoors, but I decided to put it here, and this is going to be its second winter this year. So it survived last winter. Now this winter hopefully it will survive again and grow tall so it can cover this part of the wall. My raspberry plant is not doing very well, so I'm gonna have to fix the soil. It's the soil that's a problem, so it's not having good drainage, I think, and it's just dry. I find that if I poke into it, then it's all dry underneath. And then this one is a tomato plant that I got grown from cuttings, but it's looking funny. It's actually quite cute with all those curly tops. This is like a pear tomato, and sort of blunt tasting. I don't really like it. Oh, blueberry, by the way. So this pear tomato is not as nice as this honey tomato, which is my favorite. It's just sweet as anything, and I stuck it amongst the excuse me, chewing sound, cucamelon. Okay, I got this cucamelon. Look at that. And I've been picking the bigger plant, the bigger fruit. So there's probably hardly anything in there. Okay. So there you go. This one. So that's the bigger one. I am not going to pick that because I want to get the seeds out of that. This is my back garden. We got a trailer and a whole heap of building materials still. And there's asparagus, very productive asparagus, and that one is honeysuckle that I've just planted in a couple of months ago. There's a whole lot more of my almost self-sufficient garden, but now we have to graduate from this into my succulent addiction garden. So So this is my backyard from the side gate, and that's what it looks like. This is what this area looks like now, 5 years later. But on the next video of this series, I'll be showing you my first major succulent buys. This was the catalyst to my succulent addiction. Thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next video.